Welcome everybody to the Netherlands Pavilion and another annual talk session this afternoon. We have actually really interesting people here sitting with me, so I'm really excited about that. Ingrid, Romijn, CEO at Kuipers, and Marc, Hulzebos, Business Innovation Officer at Eurofiber. And we will be talking about quantum networks, the future of secure fiber infrastructure. Well, this morning I heard there was some exciting news because apparently you have signed a new agreement together. So I'm really excited to hear more about it. So whom can I give the word first? Will you start?
Thank you. Yes, I can start. So we're really happy to have signed a collaboration agreement with Eurofiber. As Kuipers, we are developing really new technology, quantum technology that enables fundamentally secure networks. So quantum secured networks. And together with Eurofiber, we're going to deploy them all across the Netherlands and across Europe.
Wow, that's really exciting. And what makes this solution so special, or this collaboration so special?
Well, I think the most interesting part of working together is that it really brings nicely together the properties of the networking equipment that Kuipers makes and the fiber network that Eurofiber operates. It's mainly concerning QKD technology, which has been around for a long time. But we actually leverage the MDI QKD, which is a proprietary Kuipers product. So that makes the partnership pretty special.
Okay. Yeah. And how new is this solution? Like, is this something really revolutionary, or because quantum is really, I feel it's like the next generation. Like what is AI now to the world will be quantum in, well, maybe a few years from now. So how do you see that? Are other people doing this as well, or how unique is this?
So there's many questions in that.
Yes, sorry.
I think
start with the last one.
Quantum technology is really the next generation digital infrastructure. What Kuipers is doing is something really new, and actually we're the first company worldwide to bring this technology to the market. Let me start. Quantum cryptography, QKD, has been around for 10 years, or give or take. And this provides a point-to-point quantum secured link. What Kuipers is doing, we have a central hub that can connect many end nodes and is a much more scalable concept. So we can connect many users across the Netherlands, across Europe, all to a central hub. And this way we can provide a cost-effective and a scalable solution.
Okay, very interesting. And you have already a real-time case where you're doing this in the harbor of Rotterdam, right? Is this also what you're doing and exploiting, or
it is definitely.
I don't know if that's the right English word, but are doing at the harbor there?
Yeah, we are working together there and actually doing an MVP together with Kuipers. We started in 2022 with the guys from QTech, which is the research group that has now spun out into, and we did a partnership agreement on some prototype testing. And it was actually meant to take the equipment out of the lab and get some real world experience on QKD encryption. And we tried to translate that into scalable solutions that we could actually go to market with. And the Port of Rotterdam is one of the first actual deployments that really test this in a real world environment. And it also stresses the importance of critical infrastructure security.
Yeah, because I believe, because you won also the TSOC award, of course, in the Netherlands. That's why you're here also as an exhibitor. And what I understand is that this quantum security is really the next layer of security. So it's really kind of the most bulletproof solution if you talk about secure networks. Is that correct?
Yes, I can answer that. Yes, that's correct. So what we provide is a solution based on the laws of physics. And the way we set up a quantum link, it uses the fundamental properties of the quantum bits, the qubits. If anybody were to interfere, if anybody wants to listen in and detect a message or steal the key, the people using it notice this.
Okay.
So it is really a fundamental way of securing your message encryption, your data communications, and this makes it really forward secure and bulletproof, I should say.
Wow, that sounds
Yes.
super interesting. And I can imagine this is also a very interesting three-way because you are in the startup stage or scale-up stage at the moment. You are in a one of the biggest enterprises, I think, in the Netherlands, especially when it comes to fiber and so on. And then you have the end client, the harbor. So
Yes.
how this collaboration came to place, and what were the challenges that you had to overcome? Because I can imagine it must have been a rocky road sometimes with so many different aspects of doing business coming together. So can you share some of your of your journey with us? Yes.
Yeah, you want to start?
Yeah, it definitely began with the systems that came out of the lab and prototyped for interoperability in data centers. So we had to find out if this all works, if this all if it's all interoperating, and had to do some tweaking there to make it possible and do some smart solutions in this testbed to actually make it work. And one of it is the form factor. Obviously, you have to place it in standard data center racks, but also the distances that you can stretch across a fiber optic network, which is a very important part of the research that we did on it together. And then the guys from Kuipers translated it in a newer, better version that is now actually going to market. Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe to give context, what Marc is talking about is actually the test bed that we deployed before the Port of Rotterdam. Already, I think mid-2022 and all the way throughout 2023, we had our first prototype systems in the data centers at Eurofiber in and around Utrecht, where we could really test the interoperability and test how a system from the lab needs to be adapted to be in a true data center.
Okay, very interesting. But because it also sounds as if the product in itself was not ready at the time when you started on it. And I hear often the complexity for startups when they want to do business actually with enterprises is that, we have this idea, but it's not ready yet. And that's it's complicated because the enterprises ask finished products. So how did you start this? Was this the case, or did you both agree at the start on going into this process together of investigation, basically?
Yeah, actually we had already a working system in the lab, so we knew it worked. And with Eurofiber, we took the next step, taking it out of the lab into a data center. There we had a lot of learnings, and we included all these learnings in our really product that we have ready now. And that is going to be deployed inside the Port of Rotterdam and in a couple of other networks in Netherlands and in Europe. So together with Eurofiber, we really learned what needs to be adapted.
Yeah.
And we did so over the past 2 years. And now we have the product ready, that it actually can be deployed in real data center network environments.
Absolutely. That sounds super exciting. So, and what would now be the next step? Because you have the product ready. So are you looking here for new clients to deploy it? Or what is your aim, and why are you participating at the Mobile World Congress?
Yeah.
Yeah,
For both interesting, I think.
Very, very good question, and very difficult to answer maybe, but let me start by saying that we are interested in talking with anyone who is interested in quantum secure networking and in the aspects of physically using physics to improve security. So we are interested in pretty much anyone that would be interested in working with us, and there is a very interesting model that we want to leverage, which provides, working with Kuipers, provides scalability. And that means that we can, if we work towards proposition, that we can actually make it affordable to use this type of encryption and build out from there. So that is I guess our next topic.
Yeah, and I think for us, it's really important to be here to meet other telecom providers, infrastructure providers, anybody who could use a secure network. And together with Eurofiber, I think we have a perfect partnership to provide a secure network to critical infrastructures like the Port of Rotterdam, or to governments, to health institutions, financial institutions. And yeah, we're together going to conquer Europe and the world with these networks.
Well, I think that sounds amazing. So I think that's already an applause worth, I think. But we have a little, we do that at the end. I want to finish off with the last question because we are here together with the big delegations. We have the scale-ups, we have the startups, we have the bigger companies. And I think one of the themes, especially since the minister and also Constantine were present during this week, came to mind, like, you know, how can we all help each other? And I think the lessons learned and the experience you gained might be of inspiration also to others. So can you share something of your, like, 2 lessons learned in this collaboration, like maybe like your biggest challenge and how you overcame it, and the biggest benefit or the lesson you learned? Something like that. Difficult question.
Yes. I think one of the lessons learned for us as Qbert is that we didn't know as much as we thought about the standard network infrastructure and all the layers on top. We're physicists and cryptographers, and we know our system. But how to exactly interoperate with all the other layers on top of it, and with the standard network infrastructure, I think that is something that we really learned: how to connect, how to interface, how to make it interoperable. And that is really crucial if we want to implement
To
it
make the next step.
in the real
Yes.
world. Yeah. So that's for us the main learning, I think.
So summarize learning also from the potential partners you can work
Exactly.
together with in order to
Yes.
together make a step forward. Can I summarize it like this?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Okay, thank you. And you, Marc?
Yeah, well, we had some interesting insights in building new encryption products for our connectivity portfolio. It's a very interesting topic, and we use it to go a bit broader than only QKD and actually look into quantum safe networking, which consists of there's multiple ways to do that, not only QKD development, of course. But since we are a network supplier, we decided to start at encryption at our own level of encrypting and build our way up from there. So it's been a very interesting journey, and it continues to be so, I'm sure. Yeah.
No, absolutely. Well, you're going to conquer the world together. So I think that's, and I truly can believe that's happening, because it's really revolutionary in the area of security. Well, especially in the current days where we live in, I think, there's so many opportunities for you there. So I can't wait for that to see that happen. So I want to have a big applause for people here around. Can you give an applause to our amazing speakers and the amazing companies exhibiting? Thank you.